Here's a comment from Chandler. I'd say this is bold because Carolina is terrible, but Arthur Smith at Atlanta. I guess it's possible. It's possible, but I don't know. I don't think they want to give up that spot.
I don't think so. Atlanta's still in the hunt for a playoff. No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Hey, this one could be exciting. We have the Eagles and the Seahawks. 11th best matchup for the Eagles. Best matchup for the Seahawks. I have Hurts at 3. Geno is the highest I've had him in a while. He is 12. No, 11. Because I'm going to move him above Tua. I'm not in on Tua this week. Tua's getting moved down to 15 or 16. Obviously, Hurts is a must start. I think Geno's a must start this week. I don't know if he's a must start, but if you got him, start him unless you have a seriously better option. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually going to move Geno above T-Law and Kyler. Probably have him at QB 11. That's where he's going to chill for me. Like, I think that's the spot I'm comfortable with him. Because then you get into, like, really good options, and I'm not going to do that with Geno. But we saw 2 weeks ago against Dallas, they lit that offense up. Like, they were very good. So you're going against the worst defense against, like, passing and everything. So I want all of the Seattle pass rushers in this game. Like, they give up a ton of points. That's the thing with Philadelphia. So it should be a very interesting game, and I'm counting on Geno Smith coming back from the injury to have a very good game.
If you look at the cover of the matchup guide I used to make up all these, it's on the league winners. The cover is Geno Smith and DK Metcalf. That should tell you all you need to know. The running backs here, fifth best matchup for DeAndre Swift, who I traded this week. I told you that yesterday. I think he's a hand grenade in a lineup, despite the fact that it's a good matchup. Gainwell's been taking over for him slowly. Worst matchup for the Seahawks, who I'm going to look to avoid for 2 reasons. Walker, I don't trust that he's healthy and is losing touches to Charbonnet. Charbonnet, I don't trust the workload. So we've got 4 running backs here that I'd like to avoid altogether. I think I'm still going to have Swift and Walker somewhere in the low 20s. I've got Swift and Walker. I have them at 22 and 24. I feel like that's going to move down a bit. I've got 3 or 4 guys I can see right now. So I would say I put them both around low-end RB2s, high-end RB3s. I don't really want any part of this. Both of these backfields are messy. Walker's not healthy. It's a bad matchup for probably my favorite of the 4 in Walker, but I don't want any part of this. And like you said, this lines up for the quarterback and the wide receivers to just fucking crush. So
yeah, you don't want to go against this Philly like front 7. Like, that's the problem with these running backs. So as good as it's just, and on Swift, just like Swift splitting work, and he's just been doing nothing for you.
But even worse, like, it's a good matchup, but even worse, when they do get the goal line, it all goes to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you
he's the running back to own on Philly, like,
it's just not good, man. Like, he gets work, but if he's not efficient with those touches, because he hasn't seen more than 15 carries since week 9. He really needs a touchdown. It's so hard for him to get a touchdown because Hurts just does a touch push every time.
It's all the low value touches.
Yep. Yeah. It's between the 20s. That's what he is. He's like basically he has some pass catchy work, but yeah, I'm not interested in Swift. Like, I thought he was a fade this entire year, and people would call me crazy, but yeah.
He's at the point where you're relying on him to break a long one to score because he's not getting any of the Jalen Hurts touches. It's going to him. So
yeah, I think I'd rather play if I'm playing any running back. I'd probably rather play Walker than Swift, even though Swift has a great matchup. I just don't trust it. Yeah,
I think so too. But Walker's not much safer. I'd like to avoid all 4. Having said that, this week on the same team, I traded away Swift so I didn't have to play him, and I left Walker on my bench for Amari Cooper in my flex.
Yeah, smart.
Because Cooper got 14 targets last week. I know that sounds crazy, but I am what I am. The wide receivers, 4th best matchup here for the Eagles. Best matchup for the Seahawks. The wide receiver 1 could very well be in this game. My 1 on the week is A.J. Brown. Then I have DK, the highest he's been all season. He is at 6. Moving down, I have Devonta Smith at 21, Tyler Lockett at 27, and JSN is a little bit lower. He's at 38. I feel like I'm criminally low on JSN, and like he needs to move into – I'm going to move him into Rashee Rice territory where he's just outside, like he's a high-end wide receiver 3, but I'm way too low right now on JSN. So we've got 2 must-start 1s. We have 2 probably got to start 2s, and I think JSN's pushing the 2-3 borderline here. A lot of receivers to hit after avoiding a lot of running backs, I think.
Yeah, you want to play all the options in this pass catching game.
This game could be 50 to 48, man.
Yeah, the Seahawks defense is not good. Like, and Philly's defense is not good either. It's like that's the thing. And Seattle's offense is showing that they're good. So like that's what you kind of want to bet on. And I'm with you. I have JSN at 47, but I'm looking at where I'm going to move him up to. It's right where Curtis Samuel is at 37, and I think that's where he's going to sit. So I'm going to have all 5 wide receivers as top 37 option. Tyler Lockett, he's like a borderline, wide receiver 2-3, and then you get the good options of DK, Devonta,
I'm
AJ.
checking
like,
one thing.
fire those guys up.
Just before I get too far into this, that's what I was worried about. It's expected to be 46 degrees Fahrenheit in Seattle, but with an 86% chance of rain. Oh, it's the Monday nighter or the Sunday nighter?
Monday. It's the Monday game.
Oh, so.
But like, I'm not too worried about the rain as long as it's not windy. The wind worries me is like way more than
doesn't have a wind report on it.
Yeah.
So it must not be that noticeable, but that's not ideal. But still, having said that,
Just
you're firing up all these guys.
Yeah, it's just a traditional Seattle like winter day. It's just
According to the Sporting News, high winds and rain could affect half of NFL Week 15 slate.
There's some bad ones this week with like the wind. I was like,
trying to scroll down to this game before I get too in on it here. 1 sec. Sorry, I just thought of this last minute. So, 5 to 7 mile an hour wind. That's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change anything based on just the rain.
Yeah, so this is one this will be rain but not wind. So I think we're just fire them all up.
Yep.
Tight ends, middle of the pack matchups for both. I have no interest in a Seattle tight end. Goddard, I have at 10. I hate myself for having him that high, but
I know. You do not like Goddard.
I don't like Goddard.
Let me see what I have Goddard. Okay.
10th best matchup for Elliott, 18th best matchup for Myers. I have 1 second. My dog is losing his shit. I have Elliott at 5. I have Myers at 12. So they're both top 12 options. DST, they are middle of the pack matchups, 18th and 20th. I don't feel like I want to start either. I have Philly down at 15. I have Seattle down at 27. So I'm starting both kickers. I'll start Goddard if I have to, and I'm avoiding the defenses. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll fire Goddard. I trust him against Seattle. I've seen Seattle's defense all season. That's not good. So, like, I'm fine firing on Goddard. He should be able to stretch the seam in the middle and just really just work because our linebackers are not good. Bobby Wagner looks really old. So, like, that's kind of the issue with that. But overall, yeah, I'm with you on those guys.
Bobby Wagner is really old.
Yeah, he's playing like it too, unfortunately.